Hi everyone, this is Ava at Glow with Ava and welcome to my channel. In this channel, I cover everything you have to know about skincare, beauty, lifestyle, wellness, and all that. So if you want to join the Glow gang, make sure to subscribe to my channel below and also follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Glow with Ava. So if you saw from the title of this video, yes, I just filmed my bridal photo shoot look, and tomorrow was supposed to be our wedding day, but because it got canceled, I still wanted to do something fun by doing a little bridal photo shoot in my own house. So I did a little dress up in my bachelorette party dress, did some makeup. So if you want to see my skincare and makeup routine to create this look using my holy grails, then make sure to keep watching and I'll show you guys some of the behind the scenes of the day as well. So of course I woke up to super puffy eyes the day of. So I've been doing like new face and lymphatic massages and finally put on this eye patch from Shangpree for 30 minutes. Now I'm going to take this off and start with our skincare routine. So obviously everything has to start with skincare. I'm just going to keep things really simple for my skincare though. So I'm just going in with the Cosrx patches. These are my favorite to kind of give a really clean, nice canvas before starting my makeup. This is a must-have for my good makeup days because this is really hydrating as well. So kind of acts like a toner in a way. Also just kind of cleans away a nice canvas for the rest of your routine. Like look at all the dirt that has already built up on my skin. Then we're gonna go in with the cream skin mist. This is the newest launch from Laneige. So I've been such a big fan of the cream skin itself. And they just launched the mist and their cleanser, so they're now on Sephora, so go check that out. You'll see a little surprise there if you do. The mist comes out so fine, so you can even wear it over makeup throughout the day or as like kind of like your first step as a refresher before you start your makeup. Next, Joanna Vargas Daily Serum. This is one of the best serums out there to kind of give a brightened look. But not only does it just brighten, but it also helps with radiance, dullness, and all of that. So if you're looking for one serum that does it all, then this is the one for me. Okay, super plumping as well. Tomorrow was supposed to be our original wedding date, July 18th, but because of COVID-19, it got canceled. If you want to see the whole wedding cancellation video where I'm just crying, you can see that. I'll link it down below here as well. Next up is the Caudalie Vinoperfect cream. So I've always been a huge fan of the Vinoperfect line. You can see all my previous Caudalie videos, and they just recently launched the day cream. So they launched the night cream last year, which does have much more of a thicker paste kind of texture. But then they came up with this day cream, which is a lot more great for daytime use. And today's look is all about just kind of more of a bright, radiant look, which is why I've focused on using this moisturizer in specific, because it really helps to, hide away the dark spots, hyperpigmentation, and also just give your skin a little bit more of that radiant look. So I just kind of still wanted to celebrate in general and leave something behind in case, our wedding gets canceled again next year, which I'm fully prepared for. If it does, it does. It won't be as devastating. So I already got this wedding outfit and everything for my bachelorette party and my rehearsal dinner and stuff. So I was like, why not do something? So my all right, I'm going to use SPF as always. Today I'm going to go in with this Illuminizing Shield SPF from Volition Beauty because this does have more of the like bright complexion kind of look. So I'm going to do that. And it also has like this pearly sheen, which is another great factor for that luminized look today. Our photographer, Ruby, she was our wedding photographer, but I had her come again today to our house to do a little bridal photo shoot. And I think that'd be super fun. We were originally going to do the bridal shoot before the wedding anyways this year, but it got a little delayed. So instead of pushing the whole bridal photo shoot for next year, maybe I'll do it again if I do have a wedding, but I think I just wanted to do something simple today before the actual wedding day. I kind of play a little bit of dress up. I think just doing little things like that just makes me feel slightly better. All right, and lastly, eye cream. Once again, Tula Brightening Eye Cream. This is so great to give a lightweight kind of like eye balm kind of texture. You don't want anything too heavy, especially if you're going to be putting on a lot of eye makeup, because that could lead to some creasing or pilling. So using a balm stick like this is really helpful. And once again, because my dark circles were really not great, you know, always like the night before important events, I just can't freaking sleep. So dark circles were out of control. I literally had to depuff in ice and do everything for more than an hour this morning, which is why this I'm filming a little later than I wanted to. So kind of in a rush before everything comes. Okay, so I'm just gonna let this sit for a little bit. All right, now makeup. So obviously for the first step, I am using the Silk Canvas from Tatcha. So this primer is the best primer there is for, you know, your summer skin, and something that will actually make your makeup last forever. So I really do want my makeup to last all day until past dinner time. So I'm kind of going to spread this all over. I don't actually use this primer or primers in general that often, because like obviously when you're just quarantining at home, I don't even wear that much makeup, and even if I do, I don't really care if my makeup doesn't last all day long. But I save these kinds of primers for special occasions, and this is like my, you know, hidden gem that I have, and I only whip it out when I really need to. And I reviewed the liquid silk canvas in my other YouTube video as well. It was like the newer launch after this silk canvas, and it's definitely more, it's obviously like the liquid type, but I think I'm going to be using that primer a little bit more in the drier months because it's a little bit more hydrating than this one, and this one is just really perfect for oily skin, and my T-zone tends to get oily during the summertime, so that's why I went with that primer. And now we're just going to go in straight with some foundation, and I mentioned this before as well, but the Decorte foundation, it's really expensive, but I did mention that I would probably be using this on my wedding day. So once again, I'm just going to go in with a little bit. I don't want my makeup to look too heavy, so I'm going to go in with just a little bit here. I'm going to cover the rest with concealer. So all I'm going to put on, and I'm just going to blend the rest with this MAC foundation brush. This is a great brush to use that doesn't lead to any kind of pilling, and it's so great to use. And for my dark circles and the rest of my face a little bit, I'm going to go in with my favorite duo, the Kosas Concealers. So I have shade 2 and 4, and I did a full review of these concealers and a full Kosas makeup look using the concealer techniques. I'm going to keep this pretty short today, but once again, I'm just going to use shade 2 for my under eyes right here, kind of a larger dimension, and a little bit around my nose. And then for shade 4, I'm just going to cover like right here above my brow bone, not too much, under my chin. And that's it. I'm just going to blend that out now. Once again, my favorite brush to use with the concealer is this Real Techniques brush. It's technically not a concealer brush, but I like using slightly of a smaller controlled brush like this. Base makeup done. It looks pretty flawless in my opinion with the foundation and the concealer duo. So after this, we're just going to kind of set this with a brightening powder. My favorite powder is the KohGenDo powder. I featured this again. So once again, like almost all the products I'm going to be talking about today are products I've featured in previous videos, because I truly want to use a products that I love and I would actually use on my wedding day. So you know, anything that I featured today are products I truly love. And this powder in general, it not only is pretty hydrating, it doesn't like kind of crease or anything, but it also just gives like a nice overall luminous finish to your entire face. So I kind of just like to apply this like in small parts all over my face instead of just focusing on one part, unlike some of the other powders that I do with. All right, so I'm gonna use this all over. And because it's summer, I always want a little bit of bronzer and nothing too much because I obviously want this makeup to look still pretty natural. So I actually just got this Vesca. This is the only product that I've never featured before because I've only started using this week actually. And this is in shade Kissed by Rio. It's the lightest shade that they have. That's super impressed by this bronzer. I've been using it like almost every day throughout this week to test it out. So I'm just going to use this Makeup Forever brush and blend it in. So this is another powder bronzer and it just goes on really nicely. You can barely see it from afar, but once you layer on like 2 layers, it becomes super pretty. So I'm just going to focus this a little bit on my cheekbones, and I feel like it does have like a little bit of like a muted neutral golden undertone in a bit. So this really pairs well with the specific Decorte foundation shade that I have. I'm just going to add a little bit here, but once again, I'm not going to add too much. Maybe on other days I may add a little bit, but for today I'm just going to add like 2 layers, and that's pretty much it, and kind of just like make sure it's blended well, not to make sure it leaves any streaks. But that's a good thing about this kind of bristle fiber brush, because it doesn't leave any like harsh streaks. It just like overall blends in really nicely with your foundation. And I'm just going to make sure that this also blends in with my blush and highlighter as well. Now let's do our eyes. So eye makeup is important today because my eyes are puffy. You probably can't even like really tell, but like this is after like 2 hours of icing and it's still pretty puffy. So I'm just gonna kind of go in with a couple of colors, and my favorite eyeshadow balms are these ones from Decorte. So I've been actually using this golden shimmer one for like the past 6 months non-stop, and they just came out with some new shades for their eye glow gems. I think it's like one of the lightest like beige shades, just to kind of give a nice cover up, and it's so easy to just use with your hands, and a little bit goes a long way. And just give a little nice base before we go in with any other colors. And then on top of that, we're gonna add like 3 colors. We just have A0, which is slightly darker. I'll swatch you guys right here. It's kind of like a camel shade. So I'm gonna cover a little bit to give a little bit more oomph to my eye. We're going in with neutrals today, but I like this shade in general because it's very muted. It's very perfect for a no makeup look, but also brings a very big kind of difference that you can't really notice. That's the point of today's makeup as well. I'm obsessed with these eye glow gems. I strongly suggest, like, if you want to get like an eyeshadow that is a one and done, get one of these. And this shade is the one that I've been using for 6 months. I've been using it like almost every day, I want to say, but the fact that I still have a lot left like this is great. Like, this is my go-to for any day, and even on days when it's important, I'm still going in with this one. So it clearly means a lot to me. And it's also like the reason I'm reaching for this the most is because I'm not really good with like eyeshadow makeup. I'm not good with like using all different kinds of shades on my eyes. That's why these kinds of ones are perfect, because it's ones that you can just easily blend with your fingers without going in with brushes. So if you're a beginner with eye makeup like myself, then these are absolutely perfect. Okay, now I'm just gonna quickly do my eyebrows, and I'm gonna be using this sculpting pencil from Dear Dahlia. It's slightly of like an angled, thicker one. So it's also a good one for beginners as well, but it's easy when you're kind of like in a rush and just want a quick, nice sculpted look. So I'm gonna come back to you after I do my brows. Okay, now brows are done, and we're gonna go in with a highlighter. Also another one that I haven't actually featured on YouTube yet because I was planning to, but I did feature on like Instagram and TikTok. But this is the newest highlighting powder from Chanel. Isn't she so pretty? It comes with a brush like this, and it seems really subtle, but I want to show you guys close up on camera of how this works. Like, just give a little brush through, and the subtle highlight that you get from this is insane. Just can't go wrong with Chanel products. So if you guys were on the fence of like buying this highlighter, I got it in the lightest shade Sand. They do have a darker shade as well that you can kind of use as a bronzer as well. But for me personally, I just wanted this lighter shade to use as like a nice highlighting palette, and it is so subtle but so freaking beautiful. Then we're going in with some blush. I just want a little bit of a corally look, so the Shiseido Solar Haze is my go-to. Once again, one of my favorite blushes. I feel like I don't really use it on a daily basis because even though I love it, I like tend to save it for like days that I really want it. So I'm just gonna go in like this. It does have like a coral haze, but it also has like that highlighting glitter on it, so it gives you a really nice radiant look, and it blends in nicely with the highlighter that I just put on as well. And because my eyes are puffy, I'm gonna have to make sure that my lashes kind of help to cover it up. So we're gonna have my magic weapon out today. I'm just gonna kind of have to like light this up. This is like a candlelight. I don't have a matchstick yet, but just kind of warm it up. And then I'm going to use this viewer. This is also from Shiseido, and curl my lashes up a little bit more. And then we're going to use the Lancome Drama Hypnose one. This is one of my favorite mascaras ever. I actually had to just get a new one because I missed it so much. I mean, I do have a lot of mascaras with me that are really good at lengthening the lashes, but this one, I haven't found one that actually does give like that true dramatic look. Like this one. This is, I feel like it's like the OG, and it has a really dear spot in my heart as well. That's why I whipped this up, because I need this to cover up my puffy eyes. And look at that. The drama. Isn't that crazy? Look at these eyes. So, so great. Going in with Undone from Kosas. I'm still nowhere closer to saying we're not. Do I like? This is my absolute favorite shade as well for the muted neutral, but it also gives nice like tint to it. And finishing it off with my cherry oil from Dior, of course. She is so pretty. All right, so I think we're gonna get our food delivery. I meant to like talk through this video, but I just like lost train. I just want to talk about the products itself. Anyways, we have some dessert and like cute bobas and stuff coming from one of my favorite dessert cafes in New York City. If you ever come to New York City or live here, Grace Street Cafe is in Koreatown, and they have the cute curations of, you know, their shaved ice, mochi, waffles, and all of that. So I thought that would be perfect to celebrate our wedding day and kind of include in our photo shoot, as well as one of my favorite dessert spots. So they're actually coming in like 5 minutes, so I have to make sure to clean up this area and get ready to eat. Well, anyways, this was my finished look, and also if you want to see some of the final bridal photos, then make sure to follow me on Instagram at glowwithava. And thank you so much for watching. Here are some of the desserts that Grace Street Cafe sent us, and so cute because they sent me an unsave the date cake. How freaking cute is this? And some of their classic boba, the rose petal. So delicious. And obviously our flowers from Urban Stems. I had a trouble picking out the perfect one, but I think this one was the best one to have, and it fit in well with so many of my pictures today as well. Another flowers that I had at home from Venus at Fleur. We just finished our photo shoot with Ruby. I'll give her handle down below. She is amazing. She was supposed to be my wedding photographer, but not until next year. So we just decided to do something fun at home, and it was so super, super fun. Well, thank you so much for watching.